Spotlight will reduce texting costs by 50%.
Wow.
Literally cut it in half if you're paying, let's say you're paying 3 cents on MMS,
Yeah.
which that would be a good rate.
Great.
That'd be an amazing.
It's going to bring it down to 1.5 cents.
That's unheard of.
Imagine getting sub 2 cents on MMS and sub penny on SMS all day long.
The way the industry is set up is you have these fundraising agencies, and they're grinding it out. Day in, day out, they're raising money. And it's getting expensive, right? They have overhead costs, they have list rentals, they're purchasing different data sets, they've got labor costs. And when they raise these funds, they're keeping a very large portion of it. And they're piecing off and handing off a small portion to either these PACs, committees, campaigns. And something's got to give here. It's broken. There's not enough money going into pockets. And of course, us purely being completely intertwined within the fundraising ecosystem have a responsibility to help fix this, right? And the question really is how do we fix it, Josh?
Yeah. So Spotlight addresses basically every one of those concerns. And really addresses a lot of these issues by really slashing a lot of these prices in half. I do agree that there is a major problem. And I think that all of the vendors in the industry has a responsibility to try to do their part to really start changing and flipping this industry upside down.
Right.
And we're going to do it. I'm going to pass this over to Dan to actually tell us how Spotlight works. As well as how some of the billing in the industry works and really how we've kind of come up with this. So if I can pass it over to you, Dan.
What we found is that when we're talking about how Peerly gets billed, there's a wide variety of pricing. Almost every number has a slightly different route, which also results in a slightly different price. So out of the 360 million cell phone numbers in the country, you have a whole slew of different pricing going on there. Now, we did this analysis and we tried to break things down. We were able to kind of place everything into 3 buckets. The first bucket is this on-net bucket. This is very incredibly cheap to send text messages to. The second bucket is what we're calling kind of the tier 2 on-net. It's a little bit more money, but still relatively very cheap to message. And then the third bucket is kind of the off-net bucket. These are different routing numbers to get there, and as a result, it's very expensive. Sometimes as much as triple the other costs.
They're literally triple the cost. And people have no idea the way this works. Like they have no idea how much.
So we took that and we started thinking, well, you know, what is the percentages on these buckets? And what we realized, and it's the crazy part of this whole part, is that about 66% of all the numbers in the country are at this incredibly low rate. And only about 30 or 33% are in the very expensive off-net tier. As a result, when you send a text message, chances are you're overpaying by a huge portion on most of your list.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you think about what he said, 66% of the traffic is really low cost, if we're going to call it, on net. And only 33% is the really expensive stuff. Let me tell you about how Spotlight works. You upload your list into Spotlight. Spotlight is going to categorize your lists essentially between on-net and off-net rates. It's going to tell you exactly how much money you're going to pay for each section. It's going to tell you the percentage of your list that falls into these categories, as well as you're going to be able to do a report that's going to tell you line by line, number by number, exactly how much you're paying. We named it Spotlight for a reason. First, we're going to shine a spotlight over industry practices and outdated billing practices and policies. We're going to open it up for everyone, and then we're going to now empower our clients by essentially billing our clients the same way that we're billed.
I love that.
We're going to change the entire industry. It's going to change the industry. Can you just give us a little bit of a recap, maybe on the technical side, on how it's going to work?
So I'll keep it simple, but you're going to use the platform exactly like you use it today. You're going to build your job, upload your list, and Spotlight's going to tell you exactly how much money you're saving. You're going to be saving up to 50% on that 66% of on-net numbers, which is a huge amount of savings. And you're going to still receive the same quality of service, the same product, no compromises.